Hi guys, it's Now Tarot. Welcome to my channel. So today's video is the Sagittarius collective of what you can expect in 2023. I'm excited to see what this one says because I'm a Sagittarius rising. So I have posted all 12 zodiac signs, so make sure that you go to my channel and click on your sun, moon, or rising, whichever you feel more called to. And then if you do want a personal reading from me, my beacons link is listed down below. So yeah, let's get started. So today I am doing a 13 card tarot spread. Each card represents a question or a topic about your 2023. This spread is by the Tarot Lady and it's called the New Year's Forecast spread. I will link it down below if you guys want to check it out. Okay, so for this first card, this card always represents the summary of the year that has passed. So your overall summary of 2022. So for a lot of 2022, I wanted to say at first, like, oh, you guys had a lot of fun. But I don't think it's necessarily fun. I think it was more of an enlightening year. So I think that a lot of things were being revealed to you and a lot of things, kind of like lit up the path for you to be enlightened about yourself. So I think that you learned a lot about yourself in 2022. The sun is also kind of about connecting to your inner child as well. So maybe you guys, a lot of you guys connected to your inner child. Maybe a lot of you guys, broke a lot of cycles within your childhood. You guys not relieved childhood trauma, but definitely at least, acknowledged that you have childhood trauma and started at least to break some of those toxic cycles that the people that have raised you, that have, brought onto you. So you have learned a lot about yourself. You have learned a lot about yourself, even like I said, when you were a child. Maybe things from your past have been coming up, like you're, reliving some situations in the past, and you're like, oh, that's what that was. And so I feel like, again, this was a super enlightening year. This was a year of finding out who you truly are. And I also feel like, I feel like it was fun in ways. I feel like you made people happy and people made you happy. So there was a lot of warmth in your 2022, I think. So this card represents your, I'm sorry if you can hear stuff in the background, there is a huge snowstorm in my area. But this card represents your career outlook and this card represents your finances outlook. I usually read these two kind of side by side because, your finances and your career are, tied together for the most part. But for your career, we do have the Four of Swords, and I want to pull one more just to ask for, clarification. The Seven of Cups. Okay. So for your career, I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be in a period of rest. And it's not rest in the way of, you're just not doing anything, or you're just sitting down or you're just resting. It's like, yeah, you're resting, but the rest is progressive. The rest is needed for you to make certain decisions. Because I feel like some of you don't have a job currently, or you guys don't have like a solid career. You guys don't have like a solid foundation in regards to your career. So this rest is very, very crucial, and it's very necessary in order for you guys to make your decisions that you want to in your guys' career. And don't let anybody tell you, I just heard this, do not let anybody tell you that you're just sitting around or that you're being lazy and you're doing nothing. Rest is very productive, especially this kind of rest, because I feel like a lot of you guys don't have a job right now, or you guys don't have like a solid career. You guys don't have a solid foundation to your guys' career. Or you might not have a job. So I feel like this rest is incredibly crucial for you guys to make your decisions that you want to make based off of, what you want. It's almost like you're finding yourself in regards to your career. I think you're going to be finding yourself in a lot of ways, in very, very many different ways in 2023. But when it comes to your career, it's like you have a lot of options or you have a lot of hobbies, but you just don't know which one is going to be best suited for you. And so I think that you're going to weigh out your pros and cons, and you're going to take this period of rest in order to listen to your intuition, listen to your body, self-reflect and self-evaluate what you need to do and what options that you need to take, or what options you need to evaluate in order to make your decisions in regards to your career. I do see you guys, if you guys don't have a job, because I feel like some of you don't, If you guys don't have a job, I definitely see that changing. So yeah, it's all about taking that period of rest, and so that you also can rejuvenate your energy. I feel like a lot of you guys are tired, or maybe your energy gets tired very quickly. That's also something that I'm getting. But I feel that, this period of rest, and you're gonna feel stagnant, okay? But again, do not let anybody, I don't know why I keep wanting to say this, but do not let anybody tell you that you're being lazy, because you are not. And you know that you're not. And if, the people around you don't see that, that's their fault. Trees grow in silence. So, in regards to your finances, I feel that we have this judgment card here. So, I feel like with judgment, I think that spirit is saying that there is going to be kind of like a spiritual test of some sort where an opportunity is going to be presented to you. There might even be multiple opportunities because we have that Seven of Cups. So, I think that an opportunity is going to be presented to you, and you are going to be responsible for taking action within that opportunity. So with your finances, there is going to be an opportunity for them to grow and for them to get to the point where you want them to be. However, you're needing to take responsibility and take action within, this opportunity. You have to choose for yourself. You can't just not choose a situation, or you're really needing to, choose and go with your gut or go with your intuition while you're making these decisions, because I feel like with this judgment card, your past is going to be influencing your present, or you're gonna want it to be. I feel like you have made mistakes in the past when it comes to your finances or when it comes to your career, and you don't want to make those again, and that's totally understandable. But don't have your past affect your present. Don't have those past mistakes affect them. Your past mistakes do not define you, and that's why Spirit is giving you this divine test, in order to see if you're really gonna, take responsibility or take accountability for these actions, and if you're really going to take this opportunity into your own hands and make this opportunity yours. Because I feel that, this is going to be kind of like a revelation for you, if that makes sense. Um, and you're going to learn a lot about yourself through this as well. I feel like this is something that you have been learning. Like maybe you even have been learning about yourself constantly every single day, like more and more and more, for like the past 3 or 4 years or something like that. This has been like a long spiritual awakening for you, if that makes sense. And it's the relationship with yourself is going to get even better. All right, so this card represents your love outlook in 2023, and we have the Lovers. So I think that you're going to get really, really close to someone. I don't even want to say it's necessarily romantic or platonic. I'm just seeing that it's pure love. Like there's just love surrounding it. I will pull another card for this situation. But I just see that you're going to be making a really, really amazing bond with somebody. We have the Eight of Wands and the Moon. So yeah, I don't want to necessarily say that this is platonic or romantic. Again, I think it's just purely love. Like it doesn't really have a label on it. So maybe you even have a situationship with somebody. But I do see that this person is definitely divinely guided towards you, or you guys were divinely guided towards each other. Like you guys did not meet on a coincidence. The way you guys met was not a coincidence, or when you guys met was not a coincidence. This is definitely meant to be in your life, at least for the time being. If something happens in the long run, I think that divine timing is really important as well. Saying that let things unfold naturally and let things go naturally as well. But at least for during this time right now, if you don't know who I'm talking about already, I would say that you are going to meet this person in 2023. But if you already know who I'm talking about, then I think that, you're just creating a deeper bond with this person. And I feel like this might even be kind of like a twin flame type of connection, just because you guys are so aligned. And I feel like you guys have gone through, the same experiences, or you guys are very similar, even though you guys were raised differently, or you guys have gone through life differently, or I don't know. But I feel like, yeah, with the Eight of Wands here, that popped out with clarification. The Moon and the Eight of Wands popped out with their this clarification here. So yeah, I feel like if you guys don't know this person already, I mean, even if you do, I feel like you guys are going to, like, this is moving very, very fast. Like, this is happening very quickly. Like, the bond deepening is going to happen very quickly. And I feel like Spirit is saying let things unfold naturally, yes, but also be aware of how fast things are going, though, as well. Especially if you are wanting to make this into a romantic connection. Definitely, please be aware of, you know, how stable this is. And then we have the Moon, which I saw this as you guys are very weird together. Like, you guys are really strange, or you're really weird together, but it's in a good way. Like, you guys are not afraid to be each other around you guys are not afraid to be yourselves around each other. So I feel like there's this kind of like this weird energy, like you guys are like these two wolves howling at the moon. I feel like are very, very similar to this depiction here as well. It's like you guys are very, I don't know, you guys are just very connected, and stay weird together. So this card represents your friends and family. So we have the Ace of Cups here. This is also very lovely to see in any reading, honestly. This is about having an abundance of love. I feel like you guys are gonna have like an overall really good year. You guys are just deepening, if that makes sense. Like deepening connections with other people, but also deepening the connection with the self. I feel like you guys are going to be very, very in tune with yourself, very aligned with yourself. You guys are going to be grounded and stable, and you guys just know what's best for you, or you guys are going to start to understand what's best for you. And so I feel like this is really about the self this year. You know, if last year, if it was more about, you know, connections with other people, or if it was more about your career, or, you know, the overall energy was more about something else rather than yourself, that's definitely changing. It's definitely more about, you know, accepting yourself for who you are and finding out who you are in the first place. So yeah, we have the Ace of Cups. I feel like there is going to be an abundance of love when it comes to your friends and family. Again, a deepening of bonds when it comes to the people around you. This cup is overflowing, so that definitely signifies that there's going to be a lot of love surrounding you this year. I honestly want to feel like there's going to be a gift that's given to you as well, a gift that you are going to cherish forever. Like, I feel like it's something that you've been asking for a long time. I don't know, you know, whether or not this is like a physical gift, but it's definitely something that you have been, you know, wanting for a while, and I feel like it's something that you are going to cherish, and it's something that is like incredibly meaningful to you as well. So here we have your spirituality outlook, and we have the Hermit. So this is very spiritual. This card, inherently very spiritual. So in regards to your spirituality, I feel like some of you guys are witches or wizards, warlocks, whatever you want to call yourself. You know, I feel like you practice spirituality constantly. You know, like you work with the moon, or you guys have altars, or you guys practice tarot, or you guys, yeah, you do witchcraft. You definitely have a very spiritual presence to you. I want to say you have a very, very, very strong aura. You have a very strong aura. I'm getting like a deep color, but not like dark, like a deep, rich color. Your aura is very rich. I'm channeling a lot in this reading for some reason. Um, I was trying not to do that because, you know, this reading is so incredibly broad. The reading in general, you know, Sagittarius, that's can be anyone. 2023, you know, Sagittarius, that's a whole entire, you know, year ahead. Like, it's a very broad reading. But you know, hopefully this has been resonating with some of you guys, or you guys enjoy this. But yeah, I've been channeling in this one for some reason. Like, I feel like I'm speaking to somebody. But so yes, your aura is very intense, and again, not dark in the way that you have negative energy surrounding you, but dark in a rich way. Maybe you even have an old soul. I'm seeing dark purple and dark blue as well. But yeah, the Hermit is definitely an old soul as well. He always seeks his own inner wisdom. He has learned a lot from himself over the years, and so I think that you are also integrating the lessons that you have learned from yourself over the years, and you're just, again, you're deepening the connection with yourself. The relationship with yourself is becoming so incredibly deep, and I feel like that's amazing, because your relationship with yourself is the most important one. No matter who you're, in a relationship with, no matter who's surrounding you in your life, you are the most important person in your life. Your world revolves around you. You need to be the number one top priority, and I feel like you're just really deepening your inner wisdom. And I also feel like you're going to be speaking a lot, like, with yourself, or letting yourself think, letting yourself have thoughts, and really learning from your thoughts as well. Like, you just have so much inner wisdom. That's why I feel like you guys are an old soul, or most of you guys are an old soul. So I feel like you have wisdom in yourself that you haven't even really experienced yet in this life. Okay, so this is the second half of the spread. And so for this first card, we have your January through March outlook. So I feel like you guys are going to kind of be completing some sort of cycle. This can be very, very broad. Again, this is a very broad reading, and it can be for anyone, to be honest. So this is going to mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. But regardless of what it is, I feel like you're kind of ending a cycle, but not in a bad way. I don't think that you're necessarily walking away from anything, or I don't think that you're ending a friendship or ending a partnership, or I don't think that you're walking away from, like a job or whatever. I think this is more of, starting a new chapter. I mean, it is a beginning of a new year. It's the beginning of 2023. So I think that you are going to kind of be releasing a lot of, negative energies, any negative energies that you have encountered in 2022, and, start releasing them. And I feel like you guys are going to really break down, any negative energies that you've carried along with you, and any toxic cycles that you want to leave in 2022, any toxic cycles that you want to leave behind. So this is definitely not in a bad way at all. This is actually very, very good, and I think that you are going to progress a lot. I mean, you're going to progress a lot in general in 2023. But I feel like definitely in the beginning, I feel like you're going to be releasing a lot of energies that you have, that you no longer want to carry. And even if it's not necessarily negative energy, just any energy that you don't necessarily want to be carrying into 2023. But the world is also this feeling of being whole and wholeness. So it's that ending. It's like, okay, what's next? What's this new chapter? I feel like you're not even necessarily going to a new chapter. You're opening up a new book. So it's definitely so much newness for you that's going to be happening. All right, now this card represents your April through June. And so we have the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like the Six of Pentacles is this energy of just being very generous, offering a lot of your energy to people. But it's also about that balance, though. It's about 50-50, equal give and take, efforts being made. And I feel like during this time, you might have more money than you usually do, or you might have more energy than you usually do. So I feel like you are going to be very generous to the people that are in need, or the people that, aren't doing as well as you are. And I feel that you have a lot of empathy for others that are or have been in your situation as well. So I feel that you're going to be very generous, and you're going to be very helpful, very giving during this period of time. But please remember to not overdo it. Do not overwhelm yourself. I feel like, again, you are a very generous person in nature, and you're always loving people. You're always wanting to help people grow and change. And because, again, you know how it's like, or you know what it's like to be in those positions of not having anything or not having any energy. So you want to help other people in need and give them that energy that they don't have. But again, if please keep in touch with yourself, be mindful, and keep in tune with yourself and in tune with your intuition, to know when to stop. Because when you're giving out energy, or when you're giving out time or money or effort, it's very easy to be depleted and drained of your own energy. So you can't give what you don't have. So definitely please be in mind of who you're putting your energy towards as well. Yes, that's very important. Who are you giving your energy towards? Please make sure it is someone that deserves your kindness. Okay? So the Three of Wands here represents your October through December. And I think that you're going to expand your knowledge on a lot of things. I think that you're going to start doing things that you have always wanted to do. So I feel like there are going to be multiple things. Maybe you're even going to pick up multiple hobbies that you've been wanting to do, or that you've been wanting to kind of like, you've been wanting to create. I feel like you're planning for the future during this time. You're creating, you are indulging in what you have created for yourself as well. I feel like, but at the same time, you're also planning ahead. So I feel like you might even travel a lot as well during this time, or you might go overseas, or you might visit someone overseas. There's this energy of you just going out on the town, like just exploring. Honestly, just really exploring again, whether that mean physically, mentally, emotionally. You're just really exploring and seeing new things, seeing new heights, seeing what hikes you can take. I feel like you're going to kind of challenge yourself in a way as well during this time. But challenge yourself in a good way, though, not in the way of you overwhelming yourself. All right, so this card represents your biggest obstacle, how to tackle that obstacle, and then your overall energy of 2023. And I think that this is the sweetest thing ever, because the sun was your overall energy of 2022. So I feel that there's going to be a cycle really completing. Like, I feel like this is going to kind of circle back around, but in a good way, not in a way that you're kind of, doing the same things over and over again, or like kind of repeating things in a bad way. But I do really feel like, this is just saying that you're going to have a good year in 2023, and you had a good year in 2022 overall for the most part. So yeah, this is your biggest obstacle in 2023. So I feel like your biggest obstacle actually might be being vulnerable. I feel like, vulnerability and maybe even self-love as well. I heard self-love, yeah. Self-love, it's like, you have so much love and you have so much to give for others, but sometimes you struggle with that yourself. I think that, this card represented your friends and family. With the Ace of Cups here, this represented your friends and family. And like I was saying, there's going to be so much love surrounding you, so much an abundance of love, but you're going to really struggle to give that same energy to yourself. And a way that you can tackle this obstacle, we have the Eight of Cups in the reverse position. So just I mean, as best as possible. This is a very long process, but in all, really just trying to move away from harsh mindsets or from toxic mindsets. The Eight of Cups is about, avoiding walking away. So I really think that you're needing to walk away from certain mindsets, certain things that you do during the day that are not very self-love like. So for example, if you say something rude as shit to yourself in the mirror, don't do that. Again, this is a very difficult process, so be graceful with yourself, or this is going to take a lot of time. It's not going to happen overnight. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not going to happen overnight. So have grace with yourself, but definitely at least try, because I do know that it's very difficult. I'm the same way. But yes, definitely try to break those bad habits of um, calling yourself stupid sometimes, saying random, mean things to yourself throughout the day. It doesn't do any good. It doesn't do any good for anybody, especially yourself. So, and then again, the overall message of 2023 is the sun. Really just creating happiness for yourself. Again, finding out who you are inside and out. And that's why, this inner child energy is here again. It's like, that relates to finding out who you are meant to be inside and out. When you're a child, you're wanting to be your most authentic self. You have very little ego and you have very little experience, and you're just kind of doing things to do things. And when you're a child, there's a lot of of freedom as well. So I think that you're going to connect back to your freedom as well, freeing yourself from old habits, toxic cycles, freeing yourself from your past, freeing yourself from your trauma, freeing yourself from your triggers. There's just a lot of freedom, a lot of adventure, a lot of carefree energy. So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoy the Sagittarius collective. I know I resonated with that. I am a Sagittarius rising, so that does make sense. Sometimes you're gonna resonate more with your rising or your moon or your sun. Honestly, it just depends. But yeah, I'm very excited for the year ahead. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!